Hello everyone, and welcome to my Days of Lives official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Days of Our Lives spoilers for Tuesday, September 5, 2023. Bother EJ's not taking any risks with regards to Ava. Make a point to tune in and see what he has made arrangements for his foe. Ava, Tamara Braun, is endeavoring to improve. She is slowly but surely regaining her confidence. Sadly, the better she gets, the more opportunity she turns into a danger outwardly again sometime in the future. EJ will no longer tolerate this threat. EJ chooses to quit fretting over Ava's recuperation and spotlight on her death. It's the main response, truly. Because of what he believes she did to his mother, he must expel her. Yet, exactly how is everything turning out to pull this off? EJ must hold nothing back to finish this work. In the meantime, Sloane's guilt wears her down, and she thinks about telling the truth. All Eric truly desires is to be a father, and attempt as she may, she can't give that to him. However, Nicole, Ariana Zucker, is able to. Will she be a sufficiently large individual to uncover her entire shameful trickiness and give Eric enough life? Discussing Nicole, she and Chloe, Nadia Bjorlin, share a somewhat tense trade. Is it any wonder that these two have it out once more, given all the drama in their respective lives? We should simply trust they begin putting their fellowship first and say sorry as soon as possible. Sarah struggles with her feelings of Sander all the while, Paul Telfer. The nearer she gets to the furthest limit of her pregnancy, the harder it becomes. Does she actually adore him? Yes. Does she need to accompany him? That is far from being obviously true. Might she at any point truly be hitched to Rex when her heart's not in it? She doesn't know. Sarah better get this okay in her mind and her heart on the grounds that the child won't pause. Her little one will be here soon, and lying about the paternity will most likely return to haunt her. On the off chance that you missed these from last Friday, Cleanser Center Point has your week after week Days of Our Lives spoilers across the board place. They let you in on what your #1 Salem power players will do in the not-so-distant future. So make certain to get a leap on the current week's activity by clicking here. Days of Our Lives airs weekdays in the United States on Peacock, Plus and Canada, on the W Network or Global TV app. For more about what's coming up in Salem, look at every one of the most recent Days spoilers, and for a top-to-bottom gander at the show's set of experiences, click here. For more about what's going on your #1 cleansers, join the discussion over on our Facebook page, look at our Twitter channel, or search for a report on our Instagram stories. See you around there. Vivian Alamain has consistently carried inconvenience to Days of Our Lives, and she's a lady who never says bite the dust, in a real sense. The person has been played by Louise Sorrell on and off since her presentation in 1992, albeit the late Marge Doucet stepped in once as a transitory substitution. What's more, when Sorrell was inaccessible for a return in September of 2019, one daily routine to experienced star Robin Strasser was tapped to step into her just a little. In 2020, Sorrell was back on Days to recover the job she made renowned. However, when the person re-emerged in February 2021, the cleanser tapped daytime vet Linda Dano for the part. In any case, when Vivian re-emerged in summer 2023, Sorrell was back. Vivian showed up in Salem in spring, not entirely settled to assume control over the Alamain privately owned company. However, John acquired it, all things considered. To keep up with some power, Vivian wedded Victor Kyriakis. However, it didn't keep going long, and he left her for Kate Roberts. At the point when Carly discovered that Vivian's taken on child Nicholas was actually her and Lawrence's kid she had been persuaded to think was dead, she pursued guardianship and began a harsh quarrel. Vivian's endeavor to have her steward, Ivan Murray, mess with Carly's brakes fizzled, so she spurred Carly into a contention on a patio so she could hurl herself off and approach her. Following that, Vivian devised a plan to poison Carly's hospital patients in order to implicate her. After that, she gave the doctor drugs so that everyone would think she was dead. When Carly was buried, Viv added water and oxygen so that she would wake up alive. Vivian before long came to understand that the drug she was taking for her heart was making her insane, and she and Ivan immediately uncovered Carly. She then put her focus on annihilating Kate and Victor's marriage, and even took Kate's eggs so she would become pregnant with Victor's child, Philip Kyriakis. Afterward, Vivian wedded a man she believed was well off, yet was simply Stefano Dimara's overseer. Yet, after Jonesy passed on, Stefano romanced Vivian to get his assets back and, surprisingly, put a temperament-controlling gadget in her tooth. In the long run, Vivian passed on town with Ivan to live off his lottery rewards. Vivian went back to Salem in 2009 to exact her vengeance on Carly for Lawrence's death. Discovering that Carly had an ill-conceived little girl, Viv plotted to kill Melanie to make Carly endure. She focused her eye once more on Carly at Victor's suggestion because her previous attempts had, regrettably, been utterly fruitless. Be that as it may, enrolling Chloe Parth's assistants didn't work on the grounds that the young lady retreated and couldn't proceed with their arrangement to kill Carly. A desirous Vivian was still enamored with Victor, and feeling undermined by Maggie Horton, plotted to have her most up-to-date rival covered alive too. Sadly, Vivian's arrangement blew up when Brady Dark learned of it, and he had her placed in the stone casket, all things being equal. Gus liberated his boss and they covered Maggie, yet Victor safeguarded her. Afterward, it was uncovered that Vivian had a child, Quinn, who was driving Chloe to be a whore. Gus became envious of Quinn and outlined him for a progression of murders. However, reality at last was uncovered. Ivan took Vivian back to India so that they could live happily ever after and return to Salem to tell her that he had made a fortune as a producer and director of Bollywood films. Nonetheless, as the occupants of Salem arranged to ring in 2018, Vivian dropped in on the New Year's Eve party at Doug's place with Stefan Octavius de Mera and uncovered that he is her and Stefano's child she was told had passed on upon entering the world. Together, the two plotted to take over de Mera, and she even wanted to kill Anda before Abigail beat her to the punch. Vivian likewise paid Leo Distinct to entice Sonny Kyriakis and took steps to kill Kate when she revealed their plans. The two ladies battled over a firearm and Vivian was fired. Despite the fact that Kayla later educated Stephen, they couldn't save his mom's life. A puzzling man dressed as a specialist infused Vivian with an answer of some sort or another. Furthermore, a brief time frame later, she was uncovered to be alive, while perhaps not completely well. Vivian got back to Salem anxious to get back at Kate, shooting her and covering her. Vivian, on the other hand, attempted to kill Kate when she survived and clawed her way out of the grave. She went to the hospital. Stefan and Gabby weren't excited to keep safeguarding her, so Vivian chose to escape town. Sadly, she was faced by Lenny Cost, and when Stefan in the middle of between the two ladies, the cop discharged and shot him in the throat. Once more shocked to discover that her child was cerebrum dead, and with the walls surrounding her. Be that as it may, in July 2020, Vivian attempted to get back at Lunny by shooting her on her big day. Captured and taken to the police headquarters, Viv was shocked to meet Jake Lambert and hear Gabby demand that he was Stefan. However, the genuine shock came when Ivan appeared in Salem to uncover that Jake wasn't Stefan with amnesia. Vivian had really brought forth twins that day. Later, when Vivian seemed to have a heart attack and died right away, everyone was stunned. However, it turned out that she had just faked her death with Ivan's help to get out of jail. In February 2021, Ivan stole Lanny's infant twins to convey to his madame. She was delighted by his gift, regretting not being able to raise Stefan and Jake, but then Lonnie and Eli pursued their twins. Captured, Vivian endeavored to counterfeit cognitive decline, yet Jake and Kate fooled her into uncovering she was fine, so she was shipped off jail. Ivan apologized for placing them in this present circumstance and said he'd done it because of affection for her. Entering jail, Vivian traded thorns with Kristen, yet in addition covered for her when she traded places with Susan. In January 2023, Vivian talked with Stefan via telephone while Gaby and Dr. Rolf were attempting to deprogram him back to his typical character. Stefan beseeched her to caution the specialists he'd been seized. However, at that point, Gaby convinced all her calm and let them attempt to take Stefan back to ordinary. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, so please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.